Hey everyone, it's Kong again with another Free Kong battle clear. This time it's the final dragon that I have left to do on Nightmare mode, so the level 70 Ice Dragon. And this time I'm trying something a little bit different with my party. Last time you saw me use some magical teamwork to take down the level 65, but this time I'm bringing Ainz, of course. And my main DPS to support him are actually going to be Matthew and Cherie. I've also got Grenier, who can provide the faction buff for both of those, and Angelica, who's going to do double duty as Ainz's faction buffer and our healer. Now, the reason why Matthew and Cherie are useful for this one is because one of the main obstacles that you run into, kind of one of the main stat checks that this battle exists for, is whether you can survive the dragon's big attacks. Matthew and Cherie are both capable of hitting the dragon and then running out of the danger zone, so that doesn't even come into play. You can avoid the big attacks altogether. Ainz should be bulky enough and magically defensive enough not to have to worry about it. And in a pinch I can also send Grenier in to tank some attacks and get some counter damage in, since he's in his archer class right now. So the first order of business is just to rush down these mobs and take them out before we can advance. And Grenier's damage there is very promising. Thankfully we can finish everything off here this turn. And then we're going to get into position and wait for our cooldowns before we head up to take out these last two normal enemies. Just make sure everyone's topped up here. Angelica is a surprisingly decent healer because she has mass heal, and she also has her 1C transformation ability that fully heals and removes all debuffs from one ally. So we can't quite reach the sorceress yet, so we're just going to cluster up, fully anticipating taking one AoE from it, but that's going to be something that will be easy to cure off on the next turn. Okay, so it's turn 5, so we have 10 turns left of DPS on the dragon. We're not going to start the DPS this turn, though, so I guess we'll have 9 turns of DPS. And I'm not going to waste his air slash. I can kill this with a normal hit. So we'll get Matthew and Cherie and Ainz into position to move in. I'm actually going to go ahead and use Ainz's self-healing part of his 3C now, not because I need the heal, but because it actually increases his max HP. So he has a little bit more bulk now going in. And Grenier can of course faction buff the other two DPS. Angelica gets the faction buff back up on Ainz. And then we're going to get one full round of DPS here. So let's see how we do to start. Ainz, excellent of course. And Matthew is going to hit and run. Now Cherie can do this much more easily with Shadow Raid and the Goblin troops, because it's range damage, so that's what the Ice Dragon is weak against. And Ainz capably tanks that big blast, so we should be okay as long as I can keep him healed up. Matthew's in the way right now, so we'll just move him back until his cooldown is ready to send him in again. Heal Ainz a little bit, just so he's safe enough to cast Reaper. Actually, it looks like he would have been safe enough to cast that even at low HP. That dragon barely damaged him there. Now, this transformation can't reach Ainz from here, unfortunately, so we can use that on the people in the back lines to get them back into fighting shape. I think Lancer's the one... Yeah, Lancer's the one that has regenerate, so we'll use that. Okay, so she gets her talent proc and runs away. I'm actually going to go ahead and run Grenier in now. We might as well start getting some damage out of him. The only other thing he has to do is faction buff. I'm going to AoE just in case, because Ainz's HP is kind of low here. I want to make sure he's safe, whatever the dragon decides to do. And Matthew will be ready to hit and run next turn, so I gotta get him into position. Okay. Easy. Alright, it's Grenier's turn to faction buff, so he'll just stand here. Yeah, I mean, other than this, Grenier would just be waiting behind the lines, just standing there not doing anything. So I might as well have him in here getting the odd hit off. So we'll heal them up, and then send Matthew in. And this is kind of going to be my pattern for the rest of the fight, and then it's really just a question of, is this enough DPS to finish before turn 15 is over? She can't get her talent proc yet, so she has to wait, and then Ainz can go ahead. So we've been in here for 4 or 5 turns, and we've got it down to half. So I'm thinking it looks like we're going to be able to do it by like turn 14 or 15. Let's see what Grenier can do on the offensive. Okay, 10, 11,000. I mean, it's not great DPS, but it is damage. Ainz occasionally getting those spiderweb procs. So yeah, I guess it's worth mentioning that this little strategy requires Cavalry Matthew, because I am using his strike skill to give him that extra 3 movement after he acts. That's what lets him run away. I'll just go ahead and normal attack. Yeah, that did way more than an AoE. My health was safe enough there anyway. And things are looking dire for the dragon. I have 2 full turns. I'll be able to finish him off here. Who's the most embarrassing character I could finish the dragon off with? Grenier's probably not going to do the job. Well, let's let Angelica see some action and bring her in. And that is the Nightmare level 70 Ice Dragon in the books with the Legion of Cheese and Angelica and Ainz. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Happy Langrissing, everyone.